Cześć wszystkim, witajcie. Dzisiaj jestem na plaży tutaj z takim pewnym znanym youtuberem, nie wiem czy poznajecie tą postać, to jest Chris Crypto i Chris zgodził się udzielić mi wywiadu dla mojego kanału. So I just said to my guys that you agreed to make an interview for Polish community.
Ja rozumiem po polsku, chłopaki.
Chris mówi po polsku, ale mówi, że rozumie, ale nie wszystko jest w stanie mówić. Bardzo dużo osób się mnie pytało, czy umiesz mówić po polsku, czy rozmawialiśmy razem po polsku.
Tak, już byłem po Polsce 30 razy albo 40 razy, każdy rok jestem tam 1 albo 2 razy. Bardzo fajnie jest. Myśliwska i flaki są najlepsze.
Super. Okay. Chris, should we change to English?
Yeah, let's change to English. It's easier for me.
Yes, Chris is feeling more comfortable in English because I can understand that. So you are an inspiration, you know, for many for many people, not only Polish people, but for us special because you know you have beautiful Polish name, Jaszczyński, right? So how it happened, you know, from the taxi driver, right, to the well-situated person, let's say, right?
Yeah, of course. It was a crazy story, and a story like some people in crypto have to tell, because crypto was just crazy throughout the last few years. I was studying economics. I actually dropped out before multiple times out of university, but when I started with economics, I liked it, so I finished it. Then I started a master in management, and there I dropped out once I found Bitcoin. Because I invested in Bitcoin, I understood, oh wow, this is the future, right? I want to go all in. I was still driving a taxi on the weekend. I was studying in the weekend, driving a taxi on the weekend. Once I invested in Bitcoin, before I even made good profits, I already dropped out because I knew I want to dedicate my full life into educating people on Bitcoin, building my own business in crypto, and that's what I did. And of course, it was not very easy. I went almost broke, on the verge of making money, and then once I was almost broke, I started to turn around my portfolio, started making money, and everything started to go well.
Yes, and now we are here like 3 years later, right? Or 4 years later?
A few years later, yeah. Actually, I started in 2017, beginning of 2017, and it started to go well like somewhere in 2019.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe a little bit earlier.
So now we are in the bear market, and many people struggle. And as we can see, I know from friends of mine who have like a Cantor when they are selling, you know, crypto to fiat and back and forth, that many people are actually on these lows, they are just cashing out, you know. Do you think that's smart if crypto is going to die, or how do you see it? You know?
Yeah, I would not cash out when we already went down like 80% or so. I personally think we already hit the bottom, or we are close to the bottom, and if anything, I would be buying right now. And actually, most of the people I'm talking to are very bearish, and that's a good sign. You're saying many people are still cashing out. If everyone is bearish, usually almost everyone has sold already. So this is what we see every single bear market. We saw it in 2018, November 2018, when we hit the $3,100 US dollar low. We saw it in 2014 when we hit 200 or 150 US dollar low. And it's always the same. When the majority is bearish, that's usually when the market is about to turn around. We just saw a nice movement yesterday. We broke the 21,000 US dollar area. And I'm personally bullish midterm. Short term, of course, it's very hard to say. It's not gonna be an easy ride also, and I think it's gonna be a little bit more boring than most people expect, but I'm not expecting this crazy crash down to 10,000.
So crypto is here to stay, right?
This is 100%. I may be wrong about my price prediction, but crypto is here to stay, that's for sure.
Oh, that's good. I was about to ask, are you visiting any events in Poland, like crypto events?
Not really. I go to Poland once, twice, sometimes 3 times a year, but usually once or twice a year. But I don't really, I usually go there for family, I go for restaurants, I eat Myśliwska and Flaki and Georgian restaurants. This is what I like there. And of course family. So not really, but if there's a good event and I'm gonna be there, I'll attend and hopefully meet some of you guys.
Oh, cool. So if we invite you and it will be a good event, then there is a chance.
If I'm there or close to it and there's a good event, I would maybe come.
Good.
Yeah.
Super good. So we are now here at Tonbase Financial Summit in beautiful Bali, and yeah, many people it's curious. I have a few questions. So how is it there? It's this like one of those, you know, crazy events where there's 2,000-3,000 people and everyone is trying to sell you something, or do you have any opinion about this event?
No, it's different. I mean, I still get pitches, but much less than at other conferences. Much more chill for me to walk around here as, like, for example, the Binance Blockchain Week, which was an amazing event, but it was thousands of people. It was all the time doing selfies, so that was a lot of hassle for me. Here you have like a smaller group of like very smart people who want to learn something, who want to connect, who want to network, who want to add value to each other. You have like some health program, ice bath, breathing session. Then you have like educational programs. You have poker in the evening, beautiful food, dinner at the beach. Something like this I have not attended before, and I think Tone Vase did something very, very beautiful with the Tone Vase Financial Summit.
Yeah, it's great. I also have the same opinion. Chris, for these who are starting with crypto, what would you recommend? You know, Bitcoin it's kind of expensive because, you know, it's like more of $20,000 for the Bitcoin, and, you know, like XRP is below $1, or altcoins. How to get millionaire now from zero? You know, like let's say from $1,000.
From $1,000 you need 1,000x, so that is not easy. Yeah. I think if you have $1,000 now, that's a good start. If you have $500 now, it's a good start. But what I would do is I would build some income stream, whether it's work, employment, you're working in a company, it's fine. For some people that's good, or you're an entrepreneur or whatever. Create some income stream, whether it's like your salary or some payment for your business. And then I would continuously dollar cost average into Bitcoin, right? So it's eventually, you have now only 1,000, but over time you can invest much more. Because if you want to go the safe bet, Bitcoin, Ethereum, it will be difficult to have 1,000x there. Bitcoin is at 20,000, and I think a very realistic scenario is $1 million. That's a very realistic scenario for me personally. But there we are already looking at a 50x, right? Yeah. So let's say you have, I don't know, $10,000, 50x, that's $500,000. Yeah. That is already life-changing, right? And I think over like 1-2 years with like good grinding, even if your payment is not payroll is not very high, I think after time dollar cost averaging in, $10,000 is something achievable. If it's less, that's still fine. I think Bitcoin is likely to go to $1 million over the next few years, not couple of years, but over the next few years. And well, if you really want to go high risk, of course you can buy some altcoins. The chance that 1,000x is maybe higher, but the chance of it going to zero is also very high. So I'm personally banking on Bitcoin. But if you want to go a higher risk, of course, look at some altcoins. But please expect your money to be lost in the most likely scenario.
So you actually recommend trade like Bitcoin as kind of saving account instead of, you know, putting it to the bank? You just put in the Bitcoin, and in the same way you're saving, you also have a chance for huge profits, right? Yeah,
I mean, if you put it in the bank, you almost certainly lose purchasing power, right? That's almost for certain. For Bitcoin, it's interesting. If you look at the mechanics, I mean, let's say you put $1,000 in. What's the worst case which can happen? You lose $1,000. You lose 100%. But the best case is 50x to actually 250x, right? Not very likely, but $5 million per Bitcoin is possible. It's the best case scenario, $5 million per Bitcoin. That's a 250x. But no, it's like 125x. No, wait, 250x. Yeah, exactly. So if your upside is, let's say, realistically speaking, over the next 5 to 8 years, a 50x, and your downside is 100%, for me, it's a no-brainer. So that's why I think Bitcoin is the best thing to hedge against inflation. Takes a few years maybe, but yeah, to answer your question, I think that's the best. And if you want to go risky, maybe a small portion of the portfolio can be invested in altcoins. I myself have a few altcoins as well. So I just bought some Dogecoin recently with the Elon Musk news.
Yeah, I seen
just
it.
For fun, a
little
bit.
Yeah, 400,000, right?
Yeah, 400,000.
There was, because coming back to your Polish, like, you know, let's just come back a little bit to Polish language. Many people, wszyscy myślą, że ty jesteś Polakiem, który mieszka w Niemczech i nie wiadomo dlaczego nie chce mówić po polsku. Czy ty wyjechałeś z Polski, czy...
Nie, ja jestem pół Polak i pół Niemiec. Matka jest niemiecki i tata jest po polsku. I ja lubię Niemiec i Polska, to samo jest. Dla mnie to samo jest. Ja mieszkałem w Niemczech, ale ja pójdę do Polski cały czas. Teraz ja mieszkam w Dubaju, ale jak wychodzę do Europy, idę do Niemiec i do Polski.
Bo tam masz rodzinę.
Tak, mam rodzinę w Niemczech i w Polsce.
Okej, czyli nie jesteś Polakiem, który wyjechał. Urodziłeś się w Niemczech, tak?
Tak.
Okej, no widzicie, teraz już
Ale dla mnie Polska to jest najlepsze, bardzo lubię.
No my też lubimy.
Bardzo
Najlepsze
fajnie.
jedzenie, nie?
Najlepsze jedzenie, tak.
I wódka też dobra.
Wódka też
Pijesz
dobrze
wódkę
jest.
czasem?
Czasami,
No, to
tak.
dobrze, dobra. Słuchajcie, nie będę tego Chrisa męczył już. Dziękuję Ci, Chris, za to interview. Czyli co? Trzymamy krypto i czekamy na lepsze czasy, tak?
Tak, trzymamy. Hodl.
Hodl. Dzięki, Chris.
Dzięki.
Cześć.
Do widzenia, na razie.
Bye. Cześć.